Hi everybody, and welcome into Fair Game. I'm Arielle Orsuto. Fair Game was built out of a promise to deliver stories that were untold in the sports community and be a voice for the voiceless. I have a passion to elevate women's voices in sports, as well as the LGBTQ community, people of color, and any other underrepresented voice in sports. And with that, let's get to our first story. After 26 years, Mike Curto retired as the voice of the Tacoma Rainiers. Now, there's a new lead play-by-play broadcaster down in T-Town, and she's making history. Riley Pay is the first female play-by-play broadcaster for the Tacoma Rainiers. I got to sit in the booth with Riley on opening day.
The wait is finally over, and for the first time from Cheney Stadium, I'm Riley Pay. Pleased to be joining you wherever you may be. It's special, and it's definitely a dream to be in a AAA position, and especially an organization like this. But a nice play by the third baseman in Freeman. He dives out and is able to corral it.
It's kind of crazy that in 2025 we're still talking about blazing trails, right? But you are the first. What does that mean to you?
It's special, and it's something that I've been a part of in other instances. First AA female booth, first female booth for a Red Sox game, so it's not abnormal for me in that sense, but I hope that a few years down the line this isn't the leading storyline and that it is just a part of the normal, and it's definitely something that I don't take lightly, and I definitely know that this is a platform that, because of my position, creates opportunities hopefully for other girls down the line.
Just 24 years old, Riley Pay is a fresh voice.
Evans deals, which is down the middle for a strike in.
But she's no rookie. Pay made her debut with the Red Sox AA affiliate, Portland Sea Dogs.
With the structure of the booth that year, they just wanted somebody to kind of break up the voices. They sounded a little bit similar. At a summer in Orleans, I'll never forget it, doubleheader that day, they turned and gave me the middle innings, and it was trial by fire.
First pitch, he hammers this one deep to center field. Consuegra gives it a look, and that one is gone.
I always say, take the risk or lose the chance. So I just said yes, and you realize how hard it is once you start doing it. This one looped into right field. It's a base hit. And up to first base is Austin Shed, and he collects the first hit of the day for the Tacoma Rainiers.
But it also comes naturally to her. Whether she's ascribing a play with her calming tones or handwriting them in her scorebook, Pay is at ease in a ballpark.
Baseball was always just special to me. It was something that was relaxing to me. I felt the magic of it really early on. My grandpa would hold a scorebook when he watched games. I actually have my own scorebook template too. Melanie Newman is actually the one who shared her template with me. She's play-by-play for the Orioles, so she was super nice to share her template, and I updated it with Seattle affiliates on there now too. Line right to the glove of Logan Evans.
As she inherits a booth occupied for 26 years, the emotions come flooding in.
All of it. I say a little bit of everything. To be in the Seattle market and know how special this farm system is, have obviously been hearing the buzz of that for the last couple years. It's this one into left field. It's a laser beam going back towards the bullpen, and it is long gone. Also trying to not let it get too much in my head. That's what I'm trying to focus on now, and just knowing that it's still baseball at the end of the day. First home run for the Tacoma Rainiers in 2025.
Mountain sports are not only expensive, but they can also be exclusionary. Edge Outdoors tries to take away any barriers by offering scholarships and equipment to women of color. I hit the slopes to get the scoop. In a sport that requires nearly full coverage, skiers can often go unnoticed on the mountain, but some are more conspicuous than others.
It's very visible to me and apparent when I see other brown people on the mountain.
One community leader is trying to change that.
Think down, are you ready? All right, that's what we do.
Annette Diggs is the founder of Edge Outdoors, an initiative designed to get Black, Indigenous, and women of color into snow sports.
We focus on getting people recreating, leading, and competing in mountain spaces while addressing health disparities that Black and brown women face.
It's near and dear to her. Growing up in Tennessee, Diggs said skiing was reserved for her wealthy and white classmates. She's now flipping that narrative.
You know, my parents really didn't have the means or the resources to take me to these places, so it became like this childhood pack of mine to say, hey, when I get older, I'm going to do these things. And when I went to do those things, I just didn't see anyone like me.
And neither did Sada Muhammad, who met Diggs through a BIPOC ski trip in Jackson Hole. Mohammed was inspired to become a volunteer ski instructor with Edge Outdoors. She said the program's lessons are top-notch, and they lead to a high skier retention year after year, even becoming instructors.
But commit to it and let that leg carry you the whole way, because I promise you it will. To be able to provide that same level, like that same high caliber instruction to other folks is so important. Downhill pressure is key.
And it is so rewarding to see somebody go from sliding on the slopes to be so passionate about, you know, skiing or snowboarding, and to go over and transition into a leadership role on the mountain.
While Diggs and Muhammad would love everyone to become world-class skiers, their goal is truly more holistic. The team at Edge Outdoors fights for all women to have equal access to nature for their mental health.
It's a space that's meant for everyone, and unfortunately not everyone has had equal access to it. So being able to provide not only an avenue for people to do so, but a safe space where they feel like they're going to be heard and listened to and being reflected in this space is so important.
Prairie High School's Ashley Corral was one of the best girls basketball players from 2005 to 2008. Now she's inspiring the next generation with the Storm as the director of youth basketball.
Hands up, Connor, hands up! Rebound! Working for the Seattle Storm is a dream come true.
And she doesn't use those words lightly. Ashley Corral bleeds Washington basketball. In fact, she was the state's Gatorade Player of the Year representing Prairie High School in 2008. The former McDonald's All-American was inspired by Storm greats. Now she's working alongside them as the organization's director of youth basketball.
Ready, set, go! 10, 9. This has been my team since I was really young. I still have my first Sue Bird jersey growing up. It's really cool coming into this organization because you think of it so highly when you're a fan, but being in it, the feeling has even grown more. You know, everything we do for Junior Storm is the Storm way.
Corral takes great satisfaction in her work with kids. After college, she opened her own training facility in her hometown of Vancouver, Washington. Her compassion and composure was a natural fit for the Junior Storm role.
Yeah, I just connect with kids. I think you have to have a certain patience to work with kids. I also think you have to have a certain personality to work with kids. A little old school in some ways, like we definitely hold our kids accountable and make sure that they're learning the right things. Man and body, you gotta see man and ball at the same time. Come this way, come this way. Face like that. Also, kids have to have fun, and I think there has to be a really good balance between the two. The goal is to always offer kids what we didn't have, and you know, the good pieces of what we did have.
The kids are lucky to learn fundamentals from an elite hooper.
20.
But Corral prides herself on creating well-rounded individuals.
Sometimes you're talking to them just about how their day is, how their emotions are, and those things. As a basketball trainer, you're an unbiased person in someone's life, so it's a really natural and fun way to connect with somebody when they know that you just genuinely want the best for them. That's been a huge piece of what we do here, is we want to make sure that, you know, we follow our 8 standards all the time here, or if you're with somebody else, you're not here all the time, but making sure that they are learning on-court lessons just like they are on court.
The Storm has been focused recently on creating meaningful change in the community. Their newest partnership is with Rise Above, a nonprofit dedicated to sports and wellness in the Native community.
Grip low or high, not right through, or I'm gonna get my hands on it, okay?
Jackie McCormick knows what it takes to succeed in basketball. She was lucky enough to have the right mentors to take her to the next level.
When I stepped foot on Illinois State campus as an 18-year-old kid, I knew that I wanted to give back, and I didn't know what that looked like. I didn't know what shape that would take, but I just knew that I had to show kids that if I can do it, you can do it.
There you go.
McCormick is the co-founder and CEO of Rise Above, a nonprofit that empowers Native youth to live healthy, holistic lives.
We use sport primarily as a modality, but at the end of the day, you know, we're focused on prevention, early intervention, and mental wellness for kids.
That's why we chose Be a Pro at Being You for Rise Above, because we want you to be the best version of you.
Suicide was the second leading cause of death in the Native American community in 2022. McCormick has each kid promise they'll find one person to talk to if they're in crisis.
And the hope is really, how can that make a long-term impact, a long-lasting impact, where if they are in that space, of self-harm, self-doubt, that they think about a promise that they made at the Rise Above camp.
Promises and partnerships. The Seattle Storm is the newest Rise Above partner thanks to their Together We Rise Community Hoops series.
And it's really about making sure that we're able to break down access barriers and go into communities and provide free basketball programming, mental health resources, etc., in communities that may have barriers to access.
McCormick says the partnership brings legitimacy to her organization.
I think the Storm partnership and coming together and having the same values of impacting kids and community and uplifting just has been a natural fit for the both of us.
With our Force for Change program, one of our main pillars is working with BIPOC communities. So being able to work with Native youth and not just have Native youth come to us in our home in Seattle, but being able to go out into the community and bring basketball to them for free has really opened us to a whole new community and group of kids that we weren't able to work with before.
They come into a tribal community and they understand a tribal community a little bit. So it's a lot of education and a lot of learning, but just so inspiring, in my opinion, for the kids to see that the Seattle Storm are here in your community. They're partnering with a Native organization, right? It's not something transactional. It has true meaning and true depth behind it.
UW basketball's Ella Dean led her whole team with 17 points per game this season, but she's also a leader in the community, sharing her time and her NIL earnings.
5'11" junior guard from San Francisco, California, number 24,
It's an introduction that never gets old. Ella Dean grew up in the Tenderloin district of San Francisco, a vibrant neighborhood of art and culture, but also greatly underserved. Her family made it their mission to serve their community any chance they got.
As I've grown up and seen the impact it has on people, like people that I now call my uncles that were once on the street dealing with battling drug issues, I've seen it impact them, and so it's shown me a lot how important it is and how much that I can help give back in any way I can.
Elle's mom, Mary France, is the co-founder of a nonprofit in another underserved neighborhood in San Francisco called the NEOS Initiative, which provides a K-5 private Christian school and after-school programs. Elle made it her mission to give back.
She's like one of my major donors.
Elle donates monthly to her mom's nonprofit through the money she earns from her NIL fund.
We've always taught her that her time, her talent, and her treasure is not just for her. It's to be shared. You're blessed to be a blessing.
For someone that averages more than 16 points per game, it's easy to think they're singularly focused on ball. But Ladine says it's bigger than basketball.
I mean, we're blessed to be here. We get everything handed to us, honestly, and whenever I'm home, we don't get much time home, but for Christmas, me and my family trying to keep the same tradition and go back to the inner cities. Whenever I'm blessed from this school, to try and give back my tithe to the people who've helped me.
As someone who grew up in a similar school and neighborhood, Elle is the perfect partner for the kids in her mom's organization.
It's had a great impact on me, just being in a private Christian small school, and to have opportunity just meant a lot for me, and so this nonprofit is going to be great for the kids in the Bayview district as well.
The Maxwell Award is the highest praise for any high school football player in the country. This year, the Maxwell Club honored girls flag football for the first time in history.
15 to snap!
In the shadow of the Space Needle, on a Saturday morning in the dead of winter, you'll find one of the best flag football players in the entire nation.
She knows what she's doing. Runs great routes. She has good hands, good size, so it just kind of all happened naturally.
So naturally, Elena Lee found herself on multiple football teams at Chief South High School.
I started playing with my cousins and at my grandma's house in the backyard, and I only started playing flag until this recently our freshman year, so I started high school.
She actually played tackle football for us first. We did not have flag at that point, and she was still one of the best route runners on the team.
And to no one's surprise, that skill translated better than anything else from 11s to 7s.
Once she got to here, it was like everybody else was in slow motion, and then she's just out there thinking 5 steps ahead, how am I going to stem this route and make sure I get open on this? And she's just a very creative and thoughtful player, and you can see it out there.
From 5 steps ahead to 6 points on the board, Lee is always making her presence known. The Seattle Seahawks nominated her for the first ever Maxwell Football Club Girls National Flag Football Player of the Year award.
I don't think it still hit me yet, but I'm just honored that the Seahawks recognize me for all the hard work I've been putting in.
They're not the only ones who recognized her. Lee will play flag football at Kansas Wesleyan University next year, one of the 15 NAIA schools that offer women's flag football at the college level. She has also been invited to USA flag football camps with hopes of making the national team in the future. As for the future of flag back at her home state, Coach Kyle Gaither is optimistic.
Some states have it as a sanctioned sport, some don't, but just every year it seems like that push is getting closer and closer. Just seeing the growth on our scale, but then also how other schools are doing it as well. I think the quality of football is just keeps growing and growing, so it's just cool to see and cool to be a part of, for sure.
Soccer in and of itself is poetic. One nonprofit is ensuring that elementary school students are learning both skills together. Soccer can be described as poetry in motion. For the kids enrolled in Seattle Scores, soccer and poetry are a perfect couplet. Seattle Scores is a nonprofit that partners with elementary schools to provide free soccer programs and equipment, while also integrating poetry and service learning.
We target the kids' mind, body, and soul. So we're not only trying to build better athletes, but we're building better humans.
This holistic approach to serve these poet athletes results in a 60% improvement in writing skills and a 41% improvement in soccer skills.
It's like fun working with my teammates and playing soccer and working as a team. I think it made me feel like I more can express my feelings and stuff, and I felt like that was really strong into my future of my life.
That self-expression was penned and performed at the annual Poetry Slam.
So my poem is about how my life is not perfect and I stay strong, how people would bully me for my skin color and say mean stuff. So I'm grateful every day I live. Be beautiful, be strong, be powerful. My poem is Mama Did Not Raise No Fool. They want to see me cry. Who said I don't have confidence? Who said I am a crybaby? You know how you guys have confidence and people try to put you down and make you sad and not be brave? I learned actual word and it's chutzpah. Yes, girls, go girls! You can't just go and play soccer without having chutzpah in yourself because you need confidence to help your teammates.
Chutzpah to take the stage and then take the pitch. The poet athletes' growing confidence is evident when they bring their newfound public speaking skills to their chosen sport.
I think soccer in itself is very poetic. I think poetry is a good outlet to talk about what you're experiencing on the field and share it with a broader audience.
UW goalkeeper Mia Hammond is used to saving the day between the pipes, but now she's facing her biggest battle off the pitch. No one is immune to life's cruelest diagnosis, not even a Big Ten all-tournament athlete. UW junior Mia Hammond went to the hospital only a month ago with a persistent cough and trouble breathing. She left with her life turned upside down.
The conclusion is it could be an infection, an autoimmune disease, or cancer. And when I heard that last option, I just lost it. I was just like, oh my gosh, there's no way. I'm a healthy 20-year-old girl. When you're in your 20s, you just feel invincible. When you're this age, you just feel like nothing can touch you. And hearing those words, my jaw was on the floor. I'm like, there's just no way.
Mia was diagnosed with a rare stage 4 kidney cancer caused by the loss of a specific gene. She's only the 14th documented case of her kind.
He just said it was just bad luck. There's nothing more than bad luck. And to hear a doctor say that to you, and a renowned doctor, I was just like, damn, what can I do? Why me? There's just the bad luck word that he said, I was just like, wow.
But with some good care, Mia is already undergoing treatment and already completed 1 round of chemotherapy. It's been a whirlwind month for the 20-year-old, who is just on the pitch preparing for spring ball. I think what's pretty remarkable is we're talking about an elite goalkeeper who had one of the best save percentages in all of NCAA. The last time we talked, it was when you came up with an incredible save to send your team to the NCAAs.
It was crazy, like you said, to go from playing at such a high level to not being able to play at all. Like, that's been the biggest thing. The biggest shock to me is just not being able to play the sport I love with the team I love. Just, it really puts in perspective like all the good times that we had, and like just how lucky I am to like miss going to such an amazing practice with such an amazing team.
Returning to that team may seem like a distant dream at the moment, but her medical team says it's not a fantasy. In fact, the hope of using her final 2 years of eligibility is keeping her motivated through this arduous process.
My doctor said a while ago that as long as my body's feeling good, I could get on the pitch, I could just kick some balls maybe, or just do what I like love and just work out even a little bit. And I told my friends that and my teammates that, and they were pumped. They're like, whenever you want to come out, we'll be here for you. We'll work out with you. Like, that also just means so much.
It's the on-field, it's the off-the-field, it's the in the locker room, it's in the team room, it's the music and the playlists. Me as a part of all the little small things that we do.
The support from the team and her community is evident. At the end of the first week, a GoFundMe set up by one of her teammates had already surpassed $100,000 for Mia's medical bills and travel for medical treatment.
However, the strength that Mia has shown, we're right beside her. And so I think it's her team, her coaches, UW, the entire community. We're going to be just as strong as Mia and hopefully even stronger to give her more strength.
Dogs on three, 1, 2, 3, yes! That's it for the first edition of Fair Game, but that's not all the stories. You can go to king5.com/sports to see more. Plus, follow me on socials at Arielle Orsuto to share your story. We'll see you next time.